in memory of Dr. Martin Luther King and all those who walked, marched, and ran in the Black Lives Marathon. This run began long ago by ancestors stolen from across the ocean. It was this shameful act of stealing souls that created a desperate notion, and it was a slave determined to be free who set this run in motion and created an explosion felt to this day that runs right back to that ocean. A run from enslavement, injustice, and incarceration, a Black Lives Marathon, a run for liberation. We honor those who stayed the course from this horrid beginning. They ran along the Underground Railroad with odds called no chance of winning. They ran across vast open fields and cold, dark nights with no directions, no food, no shelter, and without human rights. They ran through swamps from howling dogs and snarling men. They ran to be free again. They persevered through the fog of uncertainty, through valleys of misery, through death, whips, chains, and discrimination. Perilous nights, hunger, homelessness, and violations of rights, but they continued with determination. And through the years, the race for freedom pressed onward. Despite the odds, runners of the Black Lives Marathon pushed forward. They ran from lynchings to KKK and Jim Crow laws, through recession, depression, segregation, and race wars. And the baton was passed to a new generation determined to continue to fight for a just cause under a new banner, and they called it civil rights. A marathon of marches led by Dr. Martin Luther King, imploring all to join in love and let freedom ring. They ran through oppression, opposition, obstacles, fire hoses, and angry crowds, past police dogs, barricades, segregation, billy clubs, and no blacks allowed. Running not as a few, but as a lot, staying focused like the bus boycott. And after much gain, Dr. King was gone, trusting us to carry on. Today, the baton of hope is passed to you, the now generation. We have seen the past. We know the task. There is no room for hesitation. For we are on the precipice of reaching the goal for which many have bled and died. We are on the cusp of gaining what should have never been denied. To you, the now generation, you are today and you are tomorrow for the children, so that they are not burdened to run this race. You must run it for them. We remember those who gave their lives in order to set the pace. Ours is not a marathon of prowess, it is a marathon of justice for a race. Our shadows are reflections of those that ran this race before us. We have only to cross the finish line to gain what will restore us. Why are we running? Because we are in a hurry. Who has ever run a marathon where time was not a worry? Time is of the essence. This no one can deny. We must hasten our pace or time will pass us by. We want justice now. We demand it today. It's been a long time coming, and we will have no more delay. We will not back down. We will not slow down, no matter what we face. There is no such thing as running backward in a forward race. We are not running from, we are running toward what is our heavenly right. Equal respect for every child of God, be they black or white. We wish our prize today and not tomorrow, as too many have endured many, many years of sorrow. It is up to you, the now generation, for the elders have grown old. They have run the course and fought the good fight. Their story must be told. You are demanding only what has always been your right. The final chapter awaits your pen. It is yours alone to write. This marathon runs through the halls of Congress and pauses at Lincoln's memorial gaze, where Dr. King foretold his dream beside the monument of the man who freed the slaves. As we run, we take our joy from everyone around us. We remember why Rosa Parks sat when she got aboard that bus. There are those who wish to stop us. There are those that are filled with hate. We will not allow them to deter our progress nor determine our fate. Run past the hateful. Do not stand still. for we have seen what hate did to Emmett Till. Let God's light shine through you bright as a beacon across the sea, so much so that those who hate you will wish to be like you and me. For there is something mystical about this marathon. It is filled with love and grace. You will find your joy in the undertaking, your freedom in finishing the race. Now is the time to make a mad dash to the finish line and break the chain of racism, injustice, an unleveled playing field, discrimination, fear of the police, and an unfair justice system endured for much too long. It is time to create a fair world for those of color and end an old world's wrong. Keep running now, generation, and should you need motivation, think Martin, Floyd, Taylor, Rice, Garner, Arbery. Their fate could be your situation. For we are a nation of people who matter, the same as all things that belong. This is why we run this Black Lives Marathon.